Hey everybody, welcome to your Slow Flow Yoga. Today we're going to stay a little closer to the ground. It's going to be a little bit gentler style. So if you are not already, go ahead and let yourself lie on your back. I'm going to stay upright as I explain to begin, and then I will join you. As always with your yoga practice, having either a cushion or a block to bring the ground closer to you for support in certain positions can be useful. And today you may also want a strap or a belt or a band or something that will help extend the length of what you can reach with your arms. So go ahead and recline back. As you are lying on your back, I'm going to ask you to let your legs go long. So finding Shavasana and maybe placing a hand on your belly and one hand on your chest, just to connect with how your breath is moving. Drawing attention to your inhale, expanding your belly, your chest, and then noticing on your exhale how your chest and your belly fall. We're going to take 3 more breaths here, just steady, natural, in and out through your nose. After you've completed that last inhale and exhale, bend your knees and then gently draw them up towards your chest. And then you can either grab the front of your knees, your shins. If you'd like to try and grab opposite palms or wrists to draw those knees in a little tighter, go ahead. Now focusing on exhaling and relaxing our spine towards the floor. One more big breath here, and as you exhale, hug those knees in a little bit more. And then release your knees. You're going to let your arms come by your sides, cactused or out in a T if you have the space. Drop your knees to the right, and then take a gaze over towards your left arm if your neck allows it. If that's uncomfortable, just keep your gaze right up to the sky. Big breath in and out. Next inhale, you're going to draw your knees through center. They can either float or you can keep the feet on the floor. And then shift to the other side, allowing your knees to drop to the left now and gaze either straight up or to the right. On your next inhale, bring those knees through center, and this time we are going to place the feet flat. Feet will go hip distance apart but close to our body, and our arms are going to come down by our sides. We're going to start with a few pelvic tilts. On our inhale, think about pressing your lower back into the floor, just gently tilting the tailbone towards the sky. And on your exhale, allow that to release. Move with your breath. One more tilt on our inhale. This time on our exhale, pushing through our feet, squeezing the back of our legs to lift the hips up to the sky. Taking a nice breath in and out. Strengthening through the back side, opening through the front. And on your next exhale, let yourself come down with control. And then just drop the knees right and left once or twice. We're going to take that a second time. If you have a block or something you can use for support, I'm going to show you how you could set this up for a more passive stretch here. So same setup, feet are apart, close to my body. On my inhale, I tilt my pelvis, and then on my exhale, I lift the hips up to the sky. And then I'm going to use this block under my lower back, kind of right above the glutes. And I can simply let my hips now passively open here without having to use as much strength from the back of my legs. And you can place this block as low as you need. If you want it to go higher, you might have to go to the tippy toes to get those hips up to place your block, but then you can relax down. If we are not using something for support, that's fine too. You're getting more strength through the backside, still getting that same opening through your front. And whichever version you're at, we'll take one final inhale when you're ready, and then on your exhale, remove the block first and then lower down, and go ahead and let those knees drop right and left a time or two again. And then staying on our back, we're going to extend the left leg out, draw the right knee up towards my armpit, so I'm not kind of coming over my rib cage this time. Grab the front of your shin with the right hand first. Notice how you're nice and flat. Now we're going to take that left hand and grab the front of your shin and use that to also pull the knee gently upward towards the armpit a little higher. But once we lift this left arm, you're going to notice your body wants to roll to the right. Try to use your belly strength to stay flat on the back and even across your shoulders. On your next exhale, you're going to relax the grip and allow this leg to go straight up. Don't worry if you don't have your strap nearby yet. We're just going to hold the back of our thigh and take a few circles from our ankle in each direction. And once you've done a circle or two in each direction, pause it in center and just actively press your heel towards the sky and draw your toes towards your shin. Take one more inhale, and on your exhale, allow the knee to soften, and then release that leg all the way down, and we'll take it on the other side. Inhaling our left knee up towards the armpit, using our left hand to kind of grab the front of the shin and gently guide it over. Little compression of our hip flexor, our hip joint. Taking our right hand now and adding the strength of that right arm to just gently maybe pull that knee up a little bit more without rolling to the left. Keep your right shoulder down. Breathing steady. On your next exhale, gently releasing that grip, allowing that leg to go straight up to the sky. Your hands can now grab the back of your thigh. You can interlace the fingers. You don't have to, whatever feels natural for you. And take a couple ankle circles with your legs straight up, each direction. And then find that center. Actively draw the heel up towards the sky, your toes towards you, extending through the whole back of your leg. Nice deep breath. On your exhale, let your knees soften. Relax that leg out long. And then we're just going to take a full body stretch, reaching your arms overhead, reaching the legs long. And you can take wiggles and any movements you feel called to here. Taking a breath or two, just lengthening through your whole body. And on your next exhale, let your arms come by your sides. And at this point, if you have a strap, go ahead and grab it. I don't have my yoga strap with me today, but I found another one. And again, we could use like a towel or a belt or anything that will work just to lengthen your arms. We're going to sit up and hook this strap on our right leg to start. And you can bend that knee as you recline back and then send that leg straight up to the sky. If your hamstrings are tight, a soft bend in the knee is fine here. But what I'd like to see happen is you still work to press the heel to the sky so that we're not just lengthening through the hamstring, but we are also extending through our calf, the back of our knee, and our Achilles tendon. Push your back actively into the floor, a nice release for the spine. On your next exhale, you're going to bend that right knee towards your armpit. And then you can release the strap if it's available to you to grab the inside of your foot for a half happy baby. And this is going to stretch through your groin a little bit more. Same concept as when our knee was bent towards our armpit and we were holding the shin. We want to keep both shoulders down. And even though we're actively kind of drawing this knee to the right side, we want to stay anchored evenly on our back. On your next exhale, go ahead and release that leg. Give it a little shake. And either roll to one side to push yourself up or maybe take a sit up. Hook your left leg up with your strap. Let the knee bend, recline yourself back, and then send that leg straight up to the sky. Don't force the leg to look like your first side. Every body is different, every side is different, and every day is different. So acknowledging that, taking what feels good on this side. Again, the knee can be soft, but try to press your heel up, draw the toes back so that you get that whole lengthening through not just the hamstring, but your entire leg from your hip all the way to your heel. On your next exhale, go ahead and let the left knee bend even more, coming towards your armpit. And you can either, we can still hold the strap if that feels better. Or if you can, releasing the strap, grabbing the inside of your foot with the left hand. Or maybe outside feels better. That would be fine too. But then actively staying flat with our back as we draw that knee up and out. Stretching through the groin. On your next exhale, release that left foot. Bring it all the way down. Give it a good shake. And then when you're ready, either roll to one side to sit up or take an actual sit up. From here, we're going to come into a kneeling position. Take a few cat and cows with your breath. Your inhales drop your belly for cow. And your exhales rounding the spine, tucking your chin and tailbone. One more. And then taking a seat, if our knees and ankles allow it, we're going to sit on the heels. So sideways, it looks like this. My toes are not tucked, right? The top of my foot is resting down. If this is too intense, you can use your block, cushion, any other support, put it between the feet and sit on the block. All right, and if it's really not going to happen today, then just send the legs straight out, or maybe even do this portion seated on a chair or a cushion of some kind. All right, sitting on our heels, so we're stretching through the front of the ankles, the knees, and the quads here. We're going to bring our right hand by our side and reach our left arm over for a nice side bend. And again, if this seated position doesn't feel good, legs can go straight out, crisscross applesauce, whatever works. If we need support under our hand on the floor, you can take another block or rest on the forearm on a block. Feel it out. And then come through center and switch sides. Opposite arm reaches up and over. Notice how I'm not just reaching over, I'm also using this planted hand to kind of press my ribs away from that arm. So I get a nice big side bend, create space. Really good for our breathing ability, especially if we do a lot of sitting during the day, working at a computer. Taking these side movements, these lateral movements is great. We're gonna go one more time each side. And then back to center, coming into our tabletop again. We're going to thread the needle, opening up the upper back. Inhale your right arm to the sky. And exhale, send it across. Allow your head to drop down, your shoulder to relax. Breathing into your upper back. Relax your neck. Relax that right shoulder. Hips are directly over your knees. We'll take one more breath here. On your inhale, unthread, reach it back up. And exhale, let it go. And then taking it to the other side, inhaling our left arm up when we're ready. And exhale, thread it through, dropping your shoulder down, relaxing your head down. And again, if we need support, we can use a block under our head, especially if we feel like our weight is rolling into our forehead or the crown of our head. Our weight should be fairly even over our hips and shoulders. So if you feel there's too much pressure in your head, maybe elevate it a little bit by putting it on a block or a cushion. One last breath here. Soften your neck, soften your shoulders. On your inhale, you'll unthread up. And exhale, let it go. All right, this next position, we have options. We can sit on the heels, all right, or the block. We can sit cross-legged. If you are sitting cross-legged, you are going to switch the feet just like or switch the legs, excuse me, just like I am with stacking my knees. So I can sit cross-legged, one leg in front. If I want to take a little more advanced position here, I'm going to start with my right knee, bring that foot towards my left glute, so my knee is more in front of me instead of to the side. This is going to be more challenging. And then I'm going to take my left foot and try to bring it over top to cross over. The goal is, and you can see that I'm not able to do this today, is to stack the knees one over another. All right, so we can get as close to it as we are able to. And that might mean more of a crisscross applesauce approach, and that's totally cool. So set up the legs first. Don't set it up in a position that feels forced or where you're going to barely be able to breathe and be panicked and want to get out of it as soon as possible. Go to a position that's a little uncomfortable and then back out of it a little bit more so that you can breathe. And then once you're here, we are going to take our left arm up, drop it behind the head, and we have two options. If we don't have a strap, we are simply going to grab the elbow and breathe here. Noticing a little tricep stretch, a little stretch in our lats. If we do have a strap, we're going to take that strap, place it in the top hand, and then my right hand is going to come underneath behind my back and grab that strap and gently give it a little pull downward to keep the elbow up high. And then once you're here, I'm going to turn around so you can see what this looks like from behind. Once you're here, I have my elbow up high. I gave the strap a little bit of a tug to make sure that this top arm is where I want it. Maybe I see if I can walk that bottom hand up any closer to the top. And for me today, this is as good as it gets for my chest and shoulders. We're going to take 2 more breaths, whatever position you are in for this. Once you've completed the 2 breaths, I'm going to have you release the legs first, since we set those up first. Give them a little shake out, and then release the arms. If you were sitting on the heels, just give the legs a shake out in front of you. And then I'm going to do the same thing. Obviously, we're going to take it to the other side. So if we were crisscross applesauce, you're just going to switch the leg that was in front. If we were stacking the legs, now my left knee is at the bottom, trying to go directly in front of my hip, and my right leg's going to come over top, trying to stack over that left knee. No strap. The hand reaches behind us. We grab the elbow and give it a gentle guidance as if you're trying to bring it towards the center behind your head. If we have that strap, we're going to take it in our right hand. Left hand comes behind to grab it. Gently use that left hand to kind of pull down a little bit, bringing your elbow up a little bit more, if it can move. If not, it is what it is. Breathing here. And then, of course, with the option, once we are settled in our position with our hands, maybe playing with seeing if we're able to walk that left hand any higher and closer to the top of our right hand. One more breath. legs first, so we're gonna let them come out first, give them a good shake, and then release the arms. Give that a nice good shake. Shrug those shoulders up and back a little bit. Very nice. And then keeping our legs out in front. We are going to inhale, sit up nice and tall. And on your exhale, you're not reaching for anything yet, just lean forward. Keep a tall chest, Keep a tall chest. And then very slowly, we can start to tuck the chin and round our spine as we walk down, if our body allows it. And again, our knees can be soft here. If we are tucking the chin, rounding the spine, we want to actively draw the belly button in to support that rounded spine. And just breathing into your back as you fold. Go ahead and take one last full breath in and out. And then gently walk it up. Bend your right knee, cross that right ankle over the leg so your foot is planted, and then bring the right hand behind you, and we're going to turn to the right for a twist. You can hug your knee into your chest with that left arm, or if you want a more active twist, your arm will go straight across like a karate chop, and you'll turn and press into the outside of that leg. Think I want to grow tall on my inhale, and on my exhale, I want to use my belly strength to draw in and twist. And then slowly release that twist. Switch out the legs. Left leg crosses. Again, I can hug that knee with my right arm. Left hand plants behind me to help me sit up tall. And I twist to the left. Every inhale grows you tall. Every exhale, maybe that twist is able to go a little bit further. On your next inhale, gently untwist. Give those legs a nice shake. And then bring the soles of your feet together. Hands are going to stay behind you. Inhale, lift the chest, draw the knees energetically down. And on your exhale, lower the chest, tuck your chin, and the hands can come forward into a fold if that feels good. We'll take one more breath in the folded or upright if you decided to stay upright. And then walking ourselves back through center, we're going to allow ourselves to lie back again. We're going to take that reclined twist that we took at the beginning. So on your inhale, draw your knees up towards your chest. And on your exhale, let the knees drop to the right, arms out in a T, gazing to the left or straight up. On your next inhale, bring it back to center. And on your exhale, drop the knees to your left and look up or to the right. Relaxing with your breath, letting go. Inhale it back to center one last time. Maybe give yourself another hug like you did at the beginning, flattening your back as those knees draw in. And on your exhale, release all the way out. Next inhale draws you long for that full body stretch. And then on your exhale, find Shavasana, arms by your sides, palms facing up. You are going to lay in Shavasana for these final few moments. The stillness of Shavasana, some say, are the most important times during practice because they can be the most difficult. Taking a moment, allowing your eyes to close, or maybe just soften your gaze. On your inhale, feel the space in the front of your forehead, your jaw, your head, the crown of your head, your whole face expanding. And on your exhale, allow everything there to relax. On your next inhale, feel that space moving across the front of your chest as those shoulder blades draw back and down. And as you exhale, softening those shoulders heavy into your mat. Palms to the sky, elbows soft. Next inhale, drawing space through the belly, your lower back, your hips. And as you exhale, that space taking all the tension with it. One final breath in with awareness, creating space through the legs, the knees, the ankles. And exhaling the release so the legs can be heavy, the feet and toes can relax outward. Taking a moment to be with your breath. I hope that short, gentle stretching was enough to open you up, release any areas of tightness you may be noticing, and energize you for your day, or relax you before time of rest. Thank you for allowing me to be your guide for your practice today. The light in me honors the light in you and the light in all things. Namaste.